Book 2. Number 1. Begin the morning by reminding yourself that you will meet annoying, ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, and unfriendly people. They act this way because they do not understand what is good and bad. But I know that good is beautiful and bad is ugly. And those who do wrong are still like me. They share the same intelligence and divinity. They cannot truly harm me or diminish that which is good within me. I will not be angry or hate them because we are meant to work together, like parts of the body. Fighting each other is against our nature, which makes being upset and turning away from each other wrong. 2. Whatever I am is just flesh, breath, and my mind. Let go of your books and distractions. You must focus. Treat your body as if you were already dying and see it for what it is: blood, bones, and a network of nerves and veins. Your breath is just air, constantly moving in and out. The third part is your mind. Remember, you're old now. Don't let your mind be a slave to temptations and destructive habits. Stop being dissatisfied with your present life or fearing the future. 3. Everything from the gods is full of purpose. Even what comes from chance is connected to nature and is thus part of the blueprint of the universe. Everything happens for a reason and for the benefit of the universe of which you are a part. What is good for the universe must therefore be good for you. The universe stays balanced through changes in its elements and everything made from them. Let these ideas guide you and stay firm in your acceptance of them. Stop seeking more books so that you can pass from life content and thankful to the gods. 4. Remember how many times you have put off things and how many chances the gods have given you that you have not used. Realize that you are part of the universe. Your existence derives from its creation, and you have a limited time to live. So clear away the clouds from your mind. For if you do not use your time well, it will be gone forever, and so will you. 5. Every moment, think and act with dignity, affection, freedom, and justice as a true Roman. Focus only on what you are doing in the present moment. Free yourself from all other thoughts. Act as if each action is your last. Avoid carelessness, reject irrationality, hypocrisy, selfishness, and discontent. You'll see that few things are needed for a peaceful life, like that of the gods. The gods will expect nothing more from someone who lives this way. 6. If you harm yourself, you will no longer have the chance to honor yourself. Everyone's life is sufficient, but yours is almost over, and yet you still don't respect yourself. Instead, you rely on the felicity of the souls of others. 7. Are external things distracting you? Take time to learn something new and good, and stop being whirled around by life. Take care not to be worried to the opposite extreme and become aimless or bereft of purpose. Some people exhaust themselves with constant activity, but have no clear goal or direction for their thoughts and actions. 8. People rarely become sorrowful by ignoring what others think. However, those who don't pay attention to their own thoughts are inevitably despondent. 9. Always remember the nature of the universe and your place within it, and that nothing stops you from acting and speaking in accordance with nature. 10. Theophrastus, in his analysis of morality, says that actions driven by desire are worse than those committed by anger. Anger makes a person turn away from reason because of pain, while desire makes a person give in to pleasure, which is more cowardly and weak. So, he rightly said that actions committed for pleasure are more blameworthy than those that are committed by pain. For offenses committed by anger comes first from being wronged, whereas offenses committed by desire come first from a person's own impulse to do wrong. 11. Since you could die at any moment, act and think accordingly. If there are gods, do not fear leaving this life, for they will not involve you in evil. If there are no gods, or if they do not care about human affairs, then why should you be reticent to leave a world bereft of gods or providence? But gods do exist, and they do care for humanity, and they have empowered us all with the necessary means to ensure that we do not succumb to real evils. If there were any true evils, they would have provided we have the power within us to avoid them. Things that do not make a person worse cannot make their life worse. The universe, with all its wisdom and power, has not overlooked these things. It hasn't made a mistake by indiscriminately allowing good and bad things to happen to good and bad people alike. Death, life, honor, dishonor, pain, and pleasure happen to everyone and don't make us better or worse. Therefore, they are neither good nor bad. 12. Everything in the universe, including our memories, fades away. Understanding the nature of things that tempt us with pleasure, or scare us with pain, or attract us by the promise of transitory fame. They are all worthless, contemptible, temporary, and dead. Our intellect should notice this. Also, consider who gives reputation with their opinions and voices. Understand what death is. If you analyze it objectively, you'll see it as a natural process, and to fear a natural process is to behave like a child. Death is just a natural process, but also helps nature achieve its many purposes. Think about how humans connect with the divine and which part of us does this, and when we are in the right state of mind for it. 13. Nothing is more miserable than a person who obsessively explores everything, pries into what's under the earth, and makes conjecture of what others are thinking without realizing it is sufficient to attend the spirit within and to respect it. Respecting your inner spirit means keeping it free from fervor, thoughtlessness, and dissatisfaction with what comes from gods and men. Things that happen from the gods deserve respect for their excellence, and things from people should be dear to us because of their kinship. We should feel pity for those who do not know the difference between good and bad, just like someone who cannot differentiate black from white. 14. Even if you were to live 3,000 years, or as much as 10,000 years, remember that you only lose the life that you are now living. Long or short, everyone's life ends the same. The present is all we have. You cannot lose the past or the future because you do not possess them. Keep in mind two things. First, everything in the universe is of similar form, and they repeat in cycles. Thus, it doesn't matter if you see the same things for 100 years, 200 years, or forever. Second, the length of a person's life is irrelevant, for you'll lose the same present moment, which is all you truly have. 15. Remember that everything is just an opinion. The cynic Monimus said this clearly, and it's useful if you understand and accept the truth of it. 16. The soul harms itself in several ways. Firstly, when it becomes like a tumor in the universe by being upset about anything that happens, thereby separating itself from nature. Secondly, when it turns away from others or acts with the intention to harm, like those who are angry. Third, when it is controlled by pleasure or pain. Fourth, when it acts insincerely or dishonestly. Fifth, when it acts without purpose, doing things thoughtlessly without considering what is right. Even the smallest actions should have a reason, and the goal for rational beings is to follow reason and the laws of the universe. 17. Human life is short, always changing, and our perceptions are dull. Our bodies decay, our minds are restless, fortune unpredictable, and fame often undeserved. In short, everything physical is temporary, and what belongs to the soul is fleeting. Life is a transient struggle. What then can guide us? One thing only: philosophy. This means keeping our inner spirit free from harm, above pain and pleasure, acting with purpose, being honest, not relying on others' actions, accepting everything that happens as natural, and waiting for death with a calm mind. Death is just the breaking down of our elements, which continually change in accordance with the alchemy of nature. If the elements themselves aren't harmed by change, why then should we fear it? For nothing natural is bad.